What do you want? Chorrol's got plenty to eat and good thick walls, and that suits me fine. I don't know what's going on out there in the woods, and I don't need to. The local tavern is a good place to find work. Yes, it's quite odd. Reynald, who I've bumped into several times in Chorrol, acted like I was a complete stranger. Also, he seemed sober, which is a refreshing change. Usually Reynald is stumbling around Chorrol drunk as can be. Very odd, but then it's really none of my business. Back to work for poor old Orgnolf.
Hello. You haven't seen my sons, have you? They went off into the forest to fight those monsters, and I'm worried about them.
If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, I've never been to Cheydenhal. Oh, hang on, you're someone else. Apologies, my good friend. I mistook you for someone else. Always being asked about it, I am. Didn't I see you in Cheydenhal, they say? Well, I'm sick of it. Sick and tired and sick, and perhaps a little drunk. But never mind. You look like the honest sort, so I've got a job for you. You're going to travel to Cheydenhal and find out what sort of impostor is trying to besmirch my good name. And you're going to tell him... I'm quite capable of besmirching my good name on my own. You should cease and desist immediately. There's 50 gold pieces in it for you, friend. Right then, off you go.
Good day, sir, and welcome to Chorrol. You're under the watchful eye of the Chorrol Guard. We keep the peace, and keep it nice and pretty. I heard that someone saw the ghost of Lord Vlindrel again, along the road to Bruma. I think I'll avoid that road at night for a while. What are you looking for? The general trader and smith are near the fountain. The bookstore is up the street, towards the chapel. Good day.
I hear that the high elves train. I can't imagine. Safe travels. Farewell. Hello. Quite the Guilbert again. It's a bad way to make some money, if you've got the stones for it.
I see.
I saw Rimmerless
Well met.
his donkey.
Honditar is the name. I'm a hunter and mountain man. The deer here are skittish. Need to get them quick, or they'll lead you a merry chase. Poison on your arrows can help, and it won't hurt the meat. I can't believe that Glistel would live with that Malintus Ancrus. Shameful, and her being such a lovely girl. Goodbye.
Well met. We're here to help. Reynald Germain. No. Don't know anyone by that name. There's a Guilbert Germain in town, however. Maybe he can help you. He's staying over at the Newlands Lodge, but you also might find him walking around town. Good luck. Be seeing you. What do you want? Be seeing you.
May I help you? Welcome to Newlands Lodge, the best place to drink in Cheydenhal, not counting the chapel. I'm Devera Romelin. This is a dark elf bar. Cursing, spitting, and screaming? No problem. Fighting is fine with me, too, only the guard objects. And they'll fine you or lock you up. Not my call. Here you have your chapel-going Imperials and your chapel-dodging dark elves, and never the twain shall meet. The Imperials have the gold, houses, and top spots. Dark elves like me left Morrowind and the whole priest-ridden tribunal nightmare. And we take the whole patriotic Imperial mission attitude with a dose of salt. I do have a bed available for 10 gold a night. Would you like to rent it? Walk just up the stairs there, and it's the door on the right. Thank you. You too.
How can I help you today, friend? Is there something I can do for you? I hope Otessa is taking care of herself. She's a gifted healer, and she spends all her time helping others. He's alive? I was told that my mother and brother never survived. This is amazing. I'll need to go see him at once. You'll have to excuse me. I'd better leave right away. But please, come and see us in Chorrol. It would be wonderful for us both to be able to thank you for helping us find each other again. This reunion will be the happiest day of my life.
speak.
Just warming up, you pathetic worm.
What do you want? The Grey Fox sounds like a dangerous thief. You too.
Yes? Have you heard about Kvatch? They say that... Farewell.
hand it over or die. Easily done.
Good to see you.
I can't believe I've been reunited with my brother.
Hello. You haven't seen my sons, have you? They went off into the forest to fight those monsters, and I'm worried
Been
about them.
better. How about you?
That's terrible.
Not bad.
No
I'm
doubt.
through talking to you.
Bye.
Good day.
I can't believe I've been reunited with my brother. What? Who? Oh, damn, not this again. Wake up! Wake up! You're not dreaming, Reynold. It's me, your brother, Guilbert. That can't be. I don't have a brother. I mean, I never knew my real family. Who did you say you were again? I am your twin brother. When we were very small, our farm was attacked by ogres. Our father and I escaped. We thought you and Mother had both been killed, if we had only known. All I know is that traveling merchants found me in the wilderness by the body of my mother. I was raised by the monks at Waynon Priory. My brother, it is wonderful to see you again. We will have much to talk about in the next days. I can't believe I've been reunited with my brother. Would you look at this? My brother, my spitting image is here. I can't thank you enough, friend. Unfortunately, my hangover is making it difficult to think straight. You're best off speaking to Guilbert for now. I don't understand what Glistel is doing with Melintus Ancrus. I mean, have you seen her? And have you seen him? I just don't get it. Yes, that's me. And apparently some other fellow as well. Strange thing, that. Knowing that someone else is also you. Makes my head hurt. He's Guilbert. I'm Reynold. Brother? Wow. Hope he's got a wine cellar. I can't thank you enough for helping to reunite me with Reynold. I never would have guessed he was still alive. We have much to discuss, but if you have time, I'd beg you to stay a moment longer and hear about our home, Weatherly. He's Reynold. I'm Guilbert. Weatherly was our family's home for generations. Our parents fled it when ogres attacked. They became separated. My father carried me to safety. He later returned and believed Reynold and my mother had perished. Since ogres are cannibals, he didn't expect to find their bodies. Thankfully, however, it seems that my mother managed to carry Reynold to safety. While my mother didn't survive, Reynold did, and for that I'm grateful. But we both want more. We want our home back. We're not fighters. You appear to have more skill than either of us. Would you go to Weatherly and see if it's still inhabited by ogres? Thank you. Now, we're not quite sure where the estate is located. We'll offer up what we know, however. We believe it's somewhere south of Chorrol, south of Fort Kamala. It may be difficult to find. Since no one's lived there for many years, it may be quite overgrown by now. If you find it, let us know. We'll be waiting anxiously. I wish my father had given me a better description of its location, but for some reason all he told me was south of Chorrol, south of Fort Kamala. Be careful. I don't know what dangers may lurk in the Great Forest. Guilbert should be able to help.
I haven't time for fools.
Anyone looking for work should consider.
Hello, I'm Rashida, the smith, and this is Fire and Steel. Quality armor and weapons, repairs too. What can I do for you? Let's see if we can't teach you a thing or two. Nice town, but you need money here to live well. Head out of town and do some hunting. Sell the skins, or you can loot old caves in ruins. Nice town. Yes, I've heard of the place, but I'm not sure where it is. I think your best bet would be to speak to Sabine Law at the Fighters Guild. She's explored the backcountry outside of Chorrol quite a bit. Fat liar. If it's broken, I can fix it. Come back and see me again. Be seeing you.
Do you believe any of that talk about more Oblivion gates opening all over the place?
Absolutely. I heard that someone saw the place before.
We're looking for recruits. Interested? Let me see. Oh, yes, I remember. I think it's directly south of Chorrol. Place was overrun with ogres, though. Nasty brutes. Here, let me show you where it is on your map. Farewell.
Well met.
Do you think what happened to Kvatch could happen here?
Not a chance. See you.
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Good night.
Good day.
Evening.
The Fighters Guild is a good place to go if you...
Hello. I'm Castor Scribonia, the writer, author of Woman Gone Wild. Who is the fairest of them all, other than myself? The proprietor of the Grey Mare is lovely. She and the guard captain would be a nice couple.
Yes,
You
the
too.
Fighters Guild offers some wonderful opportunities.
No doubt.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Hurry up before I change my mind.
Bye.
Leave me alone. Blade and bone, speak to me.
Is your weapon stained with the foul blood of the ogres?
Well, ain't you the High Tom Titty? You want something, I guess, or you wouldn't be messing up my air. I think Rena Bruyant may actually love dogs more than her husband. Strange couple, those two. Yeah, I used to be Fighters Guild here in Chorrol, but I done some incarceration for trespassing and theft. Couple of times. Go out of the guild if you get caught doing some incarceration. How many? I forget, but I did a lot. Take care.
Guilbert should be able to help you with any... Guilbert should be able to help you with anything you need. For now, I'm going to celebrate. Is it safe for us to return to Weatherly yet? Wonderful. Weatherly is ours. Are you ready to take us there now? Right. We're off. Guilbert should be...
Have you seen this down
so good to be back home. Guilbert should be... Thanks so much for getting us here safely. I'm afraid we aren't very wealthy, but here is all I can offer you at this time. Please, visit us again soon. Nibony and Valley are the agricultural breadbaskets of Cyrodiil. You are welcome here any time, my friend. At long last, it's good to stand at Weatherly again. Hey there.
Can't you see I have things to do? Now please, get out of my way.
What? So, the brothers have once again reclaimed Weatherly, eh? Good for them. What are you looking for? The Oak Enclosure and the Grey Mare are near the gate and fountain. Take care.
What can I do for you? Everyone's saying there's trouble in Kvatch. The whole town destroyed. Only a few survivors. Valasodil seems upset. His boys are in some sort of trouble. Seems like you could handle trouble pretty well. Would you go see what's the matter? I have a room ready if you need it for the night. It'll be 10 gold. Interested? The room's yours for the night. It's just upstairs, the first door on the left. Sleep well. Bye.
Oh, it's you. Well met.
Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
There are rumors that the Nords are attempting to capture the whole of Solstheim and remove the Imperial fort on the island.
More fighting for the Nords? This is sad news.
Good day.
Be seeing you. How are you?
I've been better. How about you?
Not bad.
Be seeing you.
Greetings. What can I do for you? I heard that someone saw the ghost of Lord Vlindrel again, along the road to Bruma. I think I'll avoid that road at night for a while. You too.
Good morning. Is there a problem, citizen? The Oak Enclosure is a nice place, but that talisman seems rather stuck up to me. Take care. We're here to serve. You too.
Hello. Welcome to Castle Chorrol.
I'm listening.
Hi.
Safe travels.
Well met.
Good morning.
Hi there.
How are you?
Hello, I don't think we've met. Are you new in town? Likewise, I'm always glad to meet someone new. Welcome. I'm sure my mother would be glad to meet you as well. Northern goods and trade in Chorrol. Farewell.
You look like someone who's comfortable in carrying on.
Good morning.
Hello. It's my pleasure. Please continue. My mother owns this shop. Goodbye. Only the finest wares to buy and barter at Northern Goods and Trades. I'm Cydneus, the proprietor. How can I help you? So, thanks to some hired help, the Germains recovered Weatherlay. Good thing. I never liked having ogres so close to Chorrol. If I don't have what you need, you might try the other Chorrol merchants. Renoir's has books, fire and steel for your armor and weapons. I can show you some new things. Certainly. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in? Come back and see me again. You too. A pleasure. Tell me more. Be seeing you.
My children will thank you for your help. Have you seen Valis Odile recently? Spends all day in the tavern since his boys left. Thank you, kind sir. Blessings of anew upon ye.
Greetings to you.
Do you think what happened to Kavach could happen?
I've heard there are good trainers there. Costs a bit of cooking.
I'm Contumelius Florius. I'm in charge of enchanted item recharge in the Mages Guild here in Chorrol. Get it? In charge. Take care.
I am Alberic Litter of the Mages Guild. I am pleased to make your acquaintance.
You too.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Athregard of the Mages Guild. How can I serve you? You too.
Greetings, citizen. Is there something I can do for you? Are you perhaps interested in joining the Mages Guild? Farewell.
Excuse me. My name is Angalmo. Can I help you? I'm listening. The first to take such a hard stance on necromancy. It upset more than a few people. Have a look at my wares. I'm Thank you. Come again. Be seeing you.
Hello, wizard.
Do you think what happened to Kavach could happen here?
Yes.
What's
Well
the
met.
news from the other parts of Tamriel?
Hello.
Nothing I'd like
How
to
do you
talk
do?
about.
So long.
Good day.
Greetings. What exactly do you require?
Yes.
Hello. Welcome to Castle Chorrol. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Countess Velga of Chorrol. I wish I had time to chat, but I'm afraid I'm in the middle of an investigation. I'm not sure the Dark Brotherhood is any more serious a problem than beggary and petty thievery. And it's certainly a discreet and secret problem. We're a mountain people, tough, independent. County Chorrol is rich in mines and timber, wool and mutton, and hard-working people. As the head of the Elder Council, High Chancellor Orkato is the de facto ruler of the Empire for the time being. You seem the trusting type. Perhaps you can assist me. It seems someone has taken away an heirloom that is quite dear to me. I want you to help me recover a stolen painting. The painting was of my lost love, the Count Valga, and it has been stolen from my bedchamber. If you find the painting and bring the culprit to justice, you shall be justly rewarded. What say you? Very well. I suggest you begin to gather clues. And I warn you, do not accuse the wrong person, or I shall be quite cross with you. Here are some keys. They should allow you access to many of the restricted areas in Castle Chorrol. The painting is all I have left that reminds me of the Count. I spend many a lonely night wishing that the words I speak to it will be heard and not just fall upon the lifeless pigments and canvas. Your best bet is to speak to residents of the castle. Once you have found out all you can, search for physical clues. I was elsewhere at the time of the robbery, and the chamber was locked. The only other people who have had access to the chamber and were unaccounted for are the court mage, Chanel, and the porter, Orgnolf. Don't forget to check with Bitneld, the captain of the guard, my steward, Oruk Grogoth, and my herald, Laith Wavrik. Chanel and Orgnolf both reside in the private quarters section. They have been restricted to remain indoors, so they should be easy to find. You may also want to speak to Bitneld, the captain of the guard. He can be found on patrol in Chorrol or in the barracks. Finally, I would try speaking to Orak Grogoth, who is my steward. He resides in the private quarters section as well. If he isn't in the castle, he may be at the Northern Goods and Trade, buying food to stock our larder. Good luck,
How are
investigator.
You? Hello there. Hello, I'm Laith Wavrik, the Chief Herald and Countess Velga's attendant. Welcome to Chorrol. The Countess is in attendance. Proper etiquette is expected. My duties rely on watching no more than the throne and attending to visitors. But confidentially, I will say that Orgnolf has been acting a bit unusual. His abuse of drink has gotten worse lately. He has taken to asking for money from others to purchase spirits. A porter's wage does not befit his habit. Fare thee well.
Hello. Are you searching for something? The stolen painting was of Count Valga. Whoever painted it could not do the man justice. He was kind and noble, which is difficult to convey on canvas. I'm afraid other than that, I cannot offer much more information. Yes, I have heard that the painting of the Count was taken. I was unaware she hired an outsider to conduct the investigation. May luck be with you. I am sorry. I don't really feel comfortable talking with you about that night. I barely know you. We're simple, gods-fearing folk here in County Chorrol. Easterners worship their wallets and their fat bellies. Go ahead. You get away from me. The night that the painting was stolen, I was in the courtyard of the castle taking star readings. After a while, I decided to go into the dining area just off the Great Hall. I poured myself some wine and studied the charts I had made until it was time to sleep. From there, I went directly to my chamber and slept the rest of the night. Until your return.
I am Orak Grogoth, steward to Countess Ariana Valga, Countess of Chorrol. I manage her affairs, and the castle is in my keeping. I don't trust you enough to... Oh, we'll see. Remarkable. I don't trust... Bye.
Greetings.
What do you want? I don't remember seeing Channel or Orgnolf that entire evening. But then again, I stayed in my quarters most of the night. There was no point in going on my usual walk with all of the rain falling. As far as Channel and Orgnolf go, they seem fine to me. I only had a minor scrape with Orgnolf recently. I caught him drinking in the West Tower on the upper level. I told him if he didn't stop, I would tell the Countess. He just grumbled and agreed. He hasn't bothered me since. You too.
Good morning.
You again? So, you a living statue, or are you gonna say something? Aye, it was a fine portrait of a fine man. I've heard they have good magic trainers over at the Mages Guild. So, the Countess hired you to find the painting, eh? Well, you'll not find it by gawking at me. Who do you think you are, questioning me? I'd just as soon ask a goblin maiden to a dance than to answer your stupid questions. Oh, it's Valga's errand boy. How goes the big, important investigation? I'm listening. You're full of it. I see. The night of the theft, I was in the Great Hall, having an argument with a delivery boy from Braville. It seems his horse lost its footing in the heavy rain we had that night, and the shipment of port that it was carrying slipped to the ground. Oh, the fall broke most of the bottles. He didn't want to claim responsibility, but I gave him what for and sent him away. After that, I spent the rest of the night in my quarters, reading. Back to work for poor old Orgnolf. I'm Bitneld, the Curse Bringer, captain of the Chorrol Guard. What can I do for you? You know, Bongond has some fine horses for sale. Too bad he's such a pushy man. There are a lot of fine-looking women in Chorrol, but they're all kind of snooty and not very nice. I'm sorry, I wasn't in that evening. I was making my rounds of Chorrol. The only odd occurrence lately was with Channel. I have seen her spending a lot of time in the West Tower. When I asked her about it, she said it involved her spell research. I suppose at the time it sounded good enough for me. Bye.
Hey, you. You again? Oh. Back to... Blade and Bone, speak to me. What do you... Good day.
Any luck yet?